Hello. I'd like to introduce you to how many leading companies are changing the way that they develop their sales force. If training is a key component of your sales strategy, but despite spending a lot of budget on sales training, you find that you still end up with business as usual, then it may be time to rethink your approach. Traditionally, you sit down with your training provider and talk about your current sales challenges. Talk about how your market is changing, talk about your sales force, talk about any product launches that you have in the pipeline. And this leads on to an iterative discussion about what goes into the training course, what goes out of the training course, and you tweak and you mix and you match till you come up with a tailored course. Sometime before the course, you'd actually talk about the individuals and what their expectations are, what they hope to get out of the course, how you'll measure its success. And then, in order to make sure that the course actually works, you'll agree follow-up, maybe an advanced skills course, some projects in the field, and almost certainly coaching, and more coaching. And all of these are good things, but the leading companies that I alluded to before are going down a slightly different route. What they're doing is focusing on the front end, on diagnostics. And what they're doing is assessing each individual salesperson in a specific sales role, such as account manager or channel manager, and benchmarking that against a high performer in that role. This means that they can then see to what extent the individual is comfortable in the role that they're in. You can assess the drivers that motivate them and pull the right levers to get the best performance. You can see very specifically what competencies they have skills and knowledge gaps in, and therefore what you need to do in order to bring them to a high performance level. And finally, and most importantly, do they have the headroom for growth? You see, those traditional approaches to sales training presuppose that everyone is in the right role. It presupposes that everyone is capable of learning. And it presupposes that everybody wants to learn. And broadly speaking, that they all have the same needs. This one-size-fits-all approach, however, tends in the medium and longer term to lead to business as usual. What's different about a front-end approach is that you're able to design personal development plans that lead to group plans, that lead to training design that is very specific to the role. And in the longer term, it's being able to perform in the role that really produces the results.